afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for November 13th, 2019. We have less than 30 minutes until the close. Qs, SPY, both basically unchanged. There's a little bit of a volatility increase there that you can see, right? But right back up, basically unchanged. We set forth that we needed to see the SPY get below the recent pullback here, and we have yet to do so. Okay, we're saying underneath the low from a couple days ago. So if we can break this area here, 307.60, we'll see if there really is going to be any selling for real. I think today's shakeout or this kind of spike down also kind of confirms that area. That's what I went over with the room here. Actually, this area, when we were going over the market this morning, that if we're going to find out if the selling is for real, you're going to have to be looking at this hourly base to see if this uptrend is going to end. And then if the move is for real, we'll miss out on the first move, but we'll look for the second sell setup or base breakdown, right, to continue the move. Because for now, as we've been grinding higher, trying to constantly pick the top is not giving you a lot of follow through. If you're just looking for a quick move, all right, maybe, but for the most part, trying to guess the top, pick the top, right, is not what we should be doing, especially when the Qs and SPY are grinding up at a near 45-degree angle. Okay, pretty parallel to the 20 MA here. Sustainable uptrend. All right, we've seen it especially on larger time frames. SPYs and Qs, very sustainable, right, when they are just grinding higher parallel to the 20 MA there, close to a 45-degree angle. Okay, all right, so let's get into today's topic. All right, going into tomorrow, we will be neutral to bullish, but until we see that hourly break. But today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to use volume, right, and why it was counterintuitive. Maybe for you it wasn't so hard to understand or to anticipate. But for me, when I first started trading and I thought, I see this big volume come in, okay, I would be thinking institutions are stepping in on this red bar, so more selling is coming. I want to be a part of that selling, right? So I would try to short when I saw big volume there. Maybe on something like the I as well, you saw this getting sold and then big volume came in. Okay, I would think, okay, now the smart money, the institutional money is getting involved, right? I'm going to ride that wave, join in the move, right? The important thing is that we have to look at it in the in what context it's happening. Okay, so for instance, like this ADT, which is actually doing a breakout here on the daily, it's actually bullish. It's been bullish during the intraday. Okay, when it gives you multiple bars down and then the volume comes in, it's actually a sign that that's the end of the move. That's the last bit of selling. So what do you want to look for? You want to see that bar get negated, right? When the context is bullish and you see a downtrend that is coming in and then gets big volume there, a lot of times, right, in this case, the pullback at the end, the volume, that is the end of the pullback. So now over this bar, if this bar gets negated with the next bar, all right, you can play it long. Okay, that is actually the end of the move. It's actually ending volume because the context of all of this is that it's actually bullish on the larger time frames, bullish on the intraday. So we should be expecting that the sell-off should be short-lived and not to be kind of trying to fall in or follow the sell-offs. Okay, so nice buy set up there off the rising 20 MA. Okay, on the ADT. Look at that volume, biggest volume of the day just in those 5 minutes. Okay. Let's take a look at the I. So I is a little bit different. Okay, look at the daily. Daily has had 2 days now of intense selling. Gap down, intense selling, right? Sell off there, right? This was Sammy's call here in the morning, later into the morning, to be played long, because this was becoming exhausted. This was exhausting the sellers, right? Running out of continuation. And again, you can see big volume. The biggest volume of the day came in at the end, right? So it's the kind of volume that we're looking for this to bottom because of how extended it's getting, how much selling, and the fact that it is a full climb mode because the move actually began prior on the daily, not just intraday. Okay, so I mean, big play there. That was called. The final exit, I think, was underneath 1536. I think some was trailed here, and then the rest trailed under 1536 here, right in here. So really nice play. So you can see how volume that comes in big like that actually is exhausting the move, right? We saw that on the ADT, kind of the way that it ended this pullback with the volume in on the red bar. Now, what if you get volume here on the green bar on the way up? It's okay, but you do want to be careful that it's not going to give you an inside bar and then come right back down, okay? Because what happens, and this is kind of the same thinking, the same incorrect thinking that I had, right? When I got huge volume on when I got in, I thought, oh, good. Everyone is on thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, right? Institutions pick the same entry point that I picked. That's a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's actually everybody's crowding into the entry, getting in at the same time. So the concern has to be, are there going to be more buyers to continue to push it? And I'm saying if this green bar had got big volume. What you want to see, right, is you don't want to see a big volume spike. You don't want to see a wide range entry. You don't want everyone crowding into the same entry. That way, there's still buyers to continue the push up. Okay, so we'll look at this other example here, a little bit different here on the halo, but the same concept, okay? Because what we got here was a big topping tail with a lot of volume. You see, volume even came in during the base, okay? Means, all right, maybe a lot of people needed to get out of this who maybe didn't get a chance when they were in it long earlier. It doesn't really matter the reason, right? But topping tail, most of the bar is in this topping tail. It's closing down here, more bearish than bullish type of bar. Not quite the kind of wide range red bar that we saw in the ADT necessarily. But if all that selling comes in and then it gets negated, right? Same thing you saw on the I, volume came in, and then the next bar broke the previous bar's high. ADT, the volume came in, the next bar broke the previous bar's high, right? And then in the case of the halo, a little bit more like the ADT in that the context is bullish, right? If you've done the turnaround trader program, you recognize this setup, right? This is a gap bully and a pretty high quality gap bully, right? We have a bullish context here. We broke the support, and then we broke the resistance on the way up. So this is the kind of thing that you would be watching for a long entry. And so this topping tail being negated, right, with all that volume that came in. So a bearish bar with volume getting negated, right, leads to the next big move up. Okay, I chose all kind of long examples today, right? But you can understand that if we were to kind of look at short examples, you'd be looking at a wide range green bar, right, after a run up that is negated, right, after putting in a wide range green bar and putting in big volume. I wanted to use all examples of bearish bars getting negated, right, with big volume to show you what that looks like, okay? So we played something similar yesterday, maybe not to the same kind of dramatic extent as some of these, like the ADT and the I and the halo, right? But we got a pullback in the AMRN, and then as this was trying to get the bounce, it put in this engulfing red bar. And that's when we said, okay, good. If it recovers from this, now you don't have the kind of off the charts volume, but it's a relatively bearish bar in the context of a pullback. If we negate that bar, which we did, right, then the expectation is higher, right? Okay, so, I used to think if I can find those big volume bars, and follow the footprints of money, follow institutional money, I can catch some nice moves there. In fact, what I found to be more useful is find these volume bars on a red bar on a bullish stock, right? And then the negation of that is your entry. Okay, your point to get in, your point to catch the next big move up. Okay. All right, so I just saw a few of these today. Thought this would be a good day to go over it. All right. Hope you had a nice day today. Maybe you're with me in the room. We did the DDOG at the open, so that was pretty nice. There was also the goose in the afternoon. So I thought that so far this week has been a pretty nice week, even though we had kind of a slow Monday because of the holiday. But just looking to kind of keep things going here through earnings season, through the rest of the week. Okay. All right. So hope you did well. All right. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. All right. Have a good evening.